history's most notorious serial killers. These are the names that haunt the annals of crime. So buckle up, it's about to get intense. First up, we have Ted Bundy. Active in the 1970s across the United States, Bundy was known for his charm and intelligence, which he used to lure his victims. He confessed to 30 homicides, but the actual number is believed to be higher. Bundy was finally apprehended in 1978, and after a series of escapes and trials, he was executed in the electric chair in Florida in 1989. His crimes continue to fascinate and horrify us to this day. Next, let's talk about Jeffrey Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal. From 1978 to 1991, Dahmer murdered 17 young men and boys. His crimes involved not just murder, but also necrophilia and cannibalism. Dahmer was arrested in 1991 when one of his intended victims escaped and alerted the police. He was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms, but was killed by a fellow inmate in 1994. His story is a gruesome chapter in American criminal history. Now let's move across the pond to the infamous Jack the Ripper. Operating in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888, Jack the Ripper's identity remains a mystery. He is attributed with the brutal murders of at least 5 women, all mutilated in a distinctive manner. Despite numerous investigations, the Ripper was never caught, leaving a legacy of fear and speculation that endures to this day. And last but not least, we have Aileen Wuornos, often referred to as America's most infamous female serial killer. Between 1989 and 1990, Wuornos murdered 7 men in Florida. She claimed the killings were in self-defense against sexual assault while she was working as a prostitute. Wuornos was apprehended in 1991, sentenced to death and executed by lethal injection in 2002. Her life and crimes have been the subject of numerous films and documentaries. These stories are a stark reminder of the darkest capabilities of human nature. If you want more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Keep watching, we're going inside the minds of these serial killers. So we've just delved into the bone-chilling tales of some of history's most vicious serial killers. But what drives a person to commit such heinous acts? In this segment, we explore the psychology behind serial killers, seeking to understand the minds that orchestrate such brutality. First, it's essential to understand that not all serial killers are the same. They often fall into distinct categories based on their motives. These include hedonistic killers who kill for pleasure, power-seeking killers who derive satisfaction from controlling their victims, and mission-oriented killers who believe they are on a mission to rid the world of certain types of people. Let's take a closer look at the hedonistic killers like Jeffrey Dahmer. Dahmer's gruesome acts of necrophilia and cannibalism stemmed from a deep-seated need for control and a perverse form of pleasure. His actions were driven by a blend of psychological disorders, including borderline personality disorder and psychopathy. These conditions can result in a lack of empathy, a trait commonly found in many serial killers. Next, we have power-seeking killers, such as Ted Bundy. Bundy's charm and intelligence masked a sinister desire for dominance. He thrived on the power he held over his victims, enjoying their fear and helplessness. Bundy's psychopathy allowed him to manipulate and deceive those around him, making him a master of disguise in his monstrous pursuits. Mission-oriented killers like Jack the Ripper often believe they have a higher purpose. Though the Ripper's true identity remains unknown, many theorize that his brutal mutilations were part of a deranged mission to cleanse the streets of what he perceived as moral corruption. This category of killer often rationalizes their actions as necessary, viewing themselves as vigilantes. Lastly, let's not forget the impact of a person's upbringing and environment. Many serial killers, including Aileen Wuornos, experienced traumatic childhoods filled with abuse, neglect, and instability. These adverse experiences can contribute to the development of violent tendencies and a distorted worldview. While understanding the psychology behind these killers doesn't excuse their actions, it offers valuable insights into the complexities of the human mind. By studying these dark aspects of humanity, we hope to prevent future atrocities and better protect society. Thank you for joining us on this psychological exploration. If you found this segment insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the world of crime. Stay curious, but stay safe. Until next time we do crime stories.